Maya sees her slide deck on a colleague's laptop before the crucial presentation. Coworkers praise him while her notebook quietly records who actually built it. An omitted message confirms the problem, but not whether the omission was deliberate. This crow and fox cast belongs to a workplace fable. Animal features never stereotype real people or establish character, guilt, or intent. So reclaim verified facts, not the spotlight, labels, or revenge. When praise lands elsewhere, Maya pauses instead of confronting anyone in anger. She asks what was hers, what was shared, and whose name disappeared. One mismention may be clumsy. Repeated appropriation after correction forms a pattern. Coordination can deserve credit too. So distinguish every contribution before judging. Observable words, files, witnesses, and consequences matter more than dramatic assumptions. Choose a response proportional to conduct. Diagnose before you confront. Maya notes the missing credit while preserving the original message within policy. She keeps delivering confidently because one omission does not erase her authorship. When ideas repeat, keep neutral notes of wording, date, and context. The open deck is relevant evidence, not automatic proof of theft. Her notebook clearly separates deliverables, collaborators, decisions, revisions, outcomes, and dates. Specific ordinary records protect accuracy without creating a secret retaliatory dossier. Presenting her work openly makes authorship visible through ordinary project workflow. If another voice repeats it, prior context helps listeners recognize the source. Keep approved plans, version histories, meeting notes, and messages in company systems. Never move confidential or protected files into private accounts for leverage. A dated log can reconstruct visibility when evaluation, promotion, or pay suffers. Quiet evidence travels farther than accusation, but it cannot guarantee repair. Before meetings, write roles beside tasks, so repeated ideas retain their owners. Maya recognizes her distinctive model beside the colleague, yet pauses for verification. Her notebook and witnessed handoffs help separate original work from later presentation. Contributor names on documents and decision notes reduce ambiguity before ambition exploits it. Routine visibility is competent project management, not a campaign against someone. A witnessed handoff can clarify provenance without turning colleagues into suspects. Organized approved storage preserves review history where company policy permits access. Maya gathers drafts, sent messages, file history, and notes without public confrontation. Version history shows sequence and revision, while her reflection signals personal stakes. The OWL manager compares timelines, but costume alone grants no special wisdom. Collaborators witness Maya finish the model while the distant colleague merely watches. Records establish chronology, not motive, and decision-makers still must investigate. Build an attribution record carefully from authorized facts rather than angry adjectives. Use timestamps carefully because metadata supports chronology without explaining every circumstance. A manager should compare originals, later copies, witness accounts, and responsibilities. Maya creates a witnessed handoff, making custody clear without accusing the observer. Store material only in approved systems, following confidentiality and retention requirements. Documentation is a handrail for review, never a hammer for retaliation. Maya navigates version history, preserving a factual trail of her revisions. The manager sees early drafts beside later presentation copies and asks questions. Her weekly log names projects, dates, stakeholders, outcomes, and collaborators plainly. Shared records keep attribution available even when the colleague passes unnoticed nearby. Calm preparation protects credibility better than midnight indictments or rumor campaigns. Every saved revision should serve accuracy, not become ammunition for later revenge. Review should carefully distinguish authorship, coordination, approval, analysis, design, and execution. Maya shares portfolios with witnesses, so every contribution has visible context. The secure folder records ownership while ordinary access rules protect confidential material. She selects relevant examples instead of collecting every irritating workplace exchange. Her hand traces changes that show sequence without claiming hidden intentions. Worn tools and matching parts support provenance, but still require fair review. Attentive colleagues witness Maya complete the mechanism, turning achievement into shared knowledge. A review trail connects that witnessed moment to later project records. Maya organizes evidence calmly because composure strengthens understanding, not because silence wins. The reflected crow remains a character, never a symbol of employee temperament. The manager aligns tool, where, and components, then seeks corroborating records. In the archive, shared materials create a common reference point for review. Maya opens by stating her role and findings in a level voice. When interrupted, she raises one composed hand and finishes the evidence first. She asks who built each part, directing attention toward verifiable ownership. Then she names collaborators and her own contribution with equal clarity. Stored parts and notes give the team a reference map before discussion. Facts anchor the presentation, while posture reinforces her claim without theatrical accusation. A polite boundary keeps the floor without turning interruption into public combat. Ask calmly, "Are you referring to the framework I shared on Monday?" For genuinely shared work, identify analysis, recommendation, implementation, and coordination separately. Maya greets participants beside prepared materials, keeping meeting structure visibly orderly. She connects her contribution to substance rather than demanding personal applause. Correct the record once, clearly, then move the work and meeting forward. Could we restore the contributor view so everyone sees ownership clearly? Maya credits each specialist, then claims the central mechanism she personally created. Colleagues carry their roles into the room before any competing narrative forms. Her opening explains workflow, testing, findings, and the recommendation she developed. When a colleague leans forward, her measured hand signals she retains the floor. Precise questions invite correction while avoiding claims about another person's motive. Fair attribution clearly shares recognition without making everyone's contribution sound identical. A team member carries equipment beside colleagues, readying an original model for review. She says, "I developed this approach and can explain why we chose it." If interrupted again, she finishes calmly and invites the colleague afterward. A precise question exposes gaps without declaring anyone dishonest or malicious. Separate components make each collaborator's role visible while Maya anchors authorship. Dark windows frame a meeting structured around transparent contributor ownership. Beside her prototype, Maya states what she built and why it matters. Her raised hand protects speaking time without humiliating the interrupting colleague. She asks for contributor details so the room can verify the split. The manager watches fair credit travel toward collaborators and back toward Maya. Witness distribution prevents confusion, but it does not establish anyone's intent. Contributors gather around separate equipment, presenting work within a staged review. Several participants sit in a conference room, reading papers before discussion. The chessboard visual represents preparation, not species-based cunning or combat. Privately, she offers 3 verified examples and avoids diagnosing the colleague's motives. When he reaches for her report, attributed copies reach every participant first. Physical pairing reinforces roles, though records remain stronger than stage symbolism. 2 colleagues meet near a doorway, one holding a folder securely. A woman demonstrates a small fan while 2 observers stand nearby. She describes situation, observable behavior, impact, and the records supporting each example. Attributed copies stop ambiguity before another person can redirect the material. Participants review a camera and papers together at the conference table. Prepared words help her stay factual when emotions and hierarchy complicate conversation. Colleagues exchange a small item on office stairs while another person observes. With the manager, Maya names dates, projects, representations, and attempted repairs. She ensures every participant receives the same clearly attributed source material. People gather around devices at a rectangular table, suggesting shared involvement. Practice can adapt directness to local norms, hierarchy, and power dynamics. The reflected game remains metaphor. Workplace conclusions require facts and fair process. Maya asks how the manager understands the incidents, leaving room for inquiry. She protects source documents by circulating attributed copies through normal channels. A handshake over documents marks agreement without depicting any object transfer. Her requested repair is specific, proportionate, and easy to verify afterward. Balanced framing dramatizes a tense conversation, not a guaranteed strategic advantage. She seeks accurate attribution and process, never punishment based on costume alone. When the colleague reaches again, Maya distributes attributed reports before discussion. Teammates carefully handle a large case while Maya reviews papers nearby. A private script names the morning review, omitted credit, and evaluation impact. Her protected rook symbolizes restraint, not proof the other employee plotted. She asks for role ownership, contributor labels, speaking plans, and future review dates. Then Maya leaves composed, protecting reputation without publicly humiliating anyone. When applause shifts, the fable shows recognition, not a promised workplace outcome. Accumulated omissions can make leaving feel rational, especially when repair seems unanswered. An owl manager reviews a printed document while suited colleagues wait behind. Maya stands by a presentation screen as co-workers confer in the office. A woman carries a black case while two animal-headed co-workers stand nearby. A fox-headed worker presents a brass machine part as colleagues applaud. Before resigning, assess material harm, available support, safety, and realistic alternatives. A manager discussion should present a concise chronology, records, impact, and remedy. Animal-headed co-workers gather around a whiteboard while Maya addresses the room. Maya stands at a conference table surrounded by animal-headed executives. Time-stamped history can redirect recognition, but only a fair review decides. At the rain-dark window, she weighs leaving. If repair holds, let it work. As the owl compares approved records, consider manager or union support. A woman displays a mechanical object while co-workers and a fox observe. Maya stands at a desk amid mannequin-like animal figures and office papers. The revealed history may enter human resources, whose role and confidentiality vary locally. As support approaches, Maya weighs leaving. Immediate danger instead requires emergency services. The owl reviews records. Aska receives reports and what remains confidential. Maya demonstrates the original mechanism while co-workers reassess the copied version. Maya stays composed. Ordinary credit misattribution is not automatically unlawful. Evidence changes attention in this fable, never guarantees employer or legal outcomes. At the dark window, Maya may bypass confrontation for serious discrimination or safety concerns. Records may warrant qualified local advice for retaliation after protected activity or contracts. As colleagues turn to Maya, intellectual property routes and legal deadlines vary locally. As Maya pauses, report unsafe or unlawful assignments without using work stoppage. As applause shifts, distinguish workplace payback from a legal retaliation claim. Protection depends on local law, activity, and facts as Maya weighs leaving. The owl's review shows an ordinary credit dispute may not be legally protected, while Maya demonstrates record later threats, scrutiny, or performance claims with context. The manager's assignment illustrates one remedy. Reporting channels may produce different outcomes. Maya mentors a junior colleague to document work carefully and speak early. The next meeting clearly shows distinct roles, including an appropriate supporting contribution. At sunrise, her accomplishment log closes before another visible project presentation. Post-meeting handoffs directly pair each stakeholder with their work and agreed responsibility. The manager names Maya lead while clearly defining the colleague's narrower role. Their practice combines confident gestures, evidence, and generous collaborator credit. Maya leads while the colleague contributes appropriately and the manager observes. Her routine visibility looks ordinary now because the workflow carries attribution. Afterward, always use a concise written recap naming decisions, owners, and deliverables. Clear role ownership helps managers act without treating coordination as nothing. She teaches the junior analyst to preserve evidence within company rules. A fair speaking plan gives every contributor room to explain their work. Maya confidently walks toward another meeting where accurate attribution is routine. Coordinated hands return each component, while she secures the central mechanism. Leadership defines responsibilities, but this pictured outcome remains illustrative rather than promised. Her mentee learns that speaking early can coexist with generous credit. The colleague now supports appropriately, showing repair without demanding public humiliation. Maya keeps all work visibility systematic, avoiding self-promotion or performative documentation entirely. Transparent handoffs make ownership obvious as the team closes its meeting. The manager assigns leadership here, though real remedies depend on facts and policy. Maya teaches evidence, early speaking, and accurate credit for every collaborator. At the table, defined roles let substance replace competition for visibility. A quiet worker still needs systems that make completed work easy to see. Assigned work moves forward while Maya preserves the central mechanism. Role decisions can repair workflow without promising vindication or promotion. Pass the protocol onward. Document lawfully, speak early, and share credit fairly. This repaired boardroom still leaves management, human resources, unions, or counsel available. As Maya reviews her log, never retaliate, exaggerate, or assume intent. Before recording this ritual, check law, employer policy, and consent. If unsure, stop. With roles clarified, Watch why the quietest employee is always the most productive.